Welcome to the deep dive. We're your shortcut, really cutting through the noise on these big global issues.
That's right.
Today, we are getting into the escalating tensions, the clashes along the Thailand-Cambodia border.
It's moving fast.
Exactly. It's not just a headline. It's complicated, evolving quickly, and our mission is to give you the facts, the context, maybe some surprising details so you really get what's going on.
And that's the plan. We've looked at diverse reports, official statements, even some really interesting satellite stuff
Satellite analysis, right.
to give you that holistic view, not just what's happening, but digging into the why. Why does this matter? What are the real stakes for the region and, for you listening?
Okay, so let's start right there with the immediate human cost.
Yeah.
Because the numbers, they're quite stark.
They really are.
As of Friday, July 25th, maybe spilling into Saturday for some details, we're seeing significant casualties. Reports mention roughly 100 Cambodian soldiers killed in the Phu Phai area.
That's the figure being reported, yes. And on the Thai side, at least 15 deaths.
15, mostly civilians.
Tragically, yes. 14 civilians and 1 soldier, including an 8-year-old boy. Just awful.
Yeah.
And there was also a Cambodian local official reporting 1 civilian killed and 5 wounded on their side.
The injuries, too, paint a grim picture.
24 Thai civilians injured, 8 of them seriously. And this is quite alarming. 5 Thai soldiers severely injured by newly planted PMN2 landmines.
Landmines, wow. And the displacement? People fleeing their homes?
It's massive. The numbers vary quite a bit depending on the source. Thailand's Second Army area says over 63,000.
Okay.
But international outlets like The Guardian, CNN, Sky News, they're reporting over 130,000. First Post even mentioned 150,000.
Huge numbers.
Huge. These are civilians evacuated from those high-risk border zones in Buriram, Surin, Sisaket, Ubon Ratchathani.
Right.
And we also heard about 1,500 Cambodian families reportedly evacuated, too.
And it's not just people being forced out. The physical damage is extensive.
Oh, absolutely. Artillery shells landing in sub-districts in Surin and Sisaket.
Just raining down.
Yeah. And a BM-21 rocket that landed way over in Ubon Ratchathani province, damaging civilian homes.
A rocket.
Yeah. And maybe the most shocking incident, another BM-21 strike hit a PTT petrol station in Kantara district.
A petrol station?
Yeah.
That sounds disastrous.
It was. Sparked a huge fire. 8 people killed, 13 injured there. Plus damage to hospitals, schools, public buildings. It's communities just devastated.
Really brings home the human toll, doesn't it? Beyond the politics.
It really does. And in response to all this, Thailand has taken some pretty significant steps.
Like declaring martial law.
Exactly. First in Phanom Dongrak district in Surin, then they extended it to 8 districts across Chanthaburi and Trap provinces.
So sealing off of those areas.
Essentially, yeah. It's about safeguarding against external threats, trying to stabilize things. And they've closed all border crossings. Land, sea, everything.
So no movement. Trade, people, tourism.
Halted along that whole stretch. Even maritime traffic in the affected Thai waters.
Amidst all this, though, there are humanitarian efforts happening.
Yes, thankfully. Volunteer teams working under a royal initiative. They've set up kitchens.
Royal kitchens.
7 royal kitchens, 8 mobile field kitchens. They're pumping out something like 15,000 meal boxes per meal.
Wow.
Yeah, adds up to, 52,000 meal boxes a day for all those displaced people. It's a huge effort.
Incredible logistical challenge. But while that support is vital, the fighting itself, it continues.
It does. So let's pivot to the military side, the actions on the ground, because the stories differ wildly.
Right. What's the Thai military reporting about Cambodia's strategy?
According to Thailand's Second Army area, they're seeing Cambodian infantry units attacking key spots, Chongbok, Phumakua, those temple areas like Tamayon, Takwai.
With artillery support.
Intermittent artillery, yeah.
Yeah.
Tanks, field guns, too. Reportedly trying to capture Hill 469 at Chongbok, seize ground at Phumakua.
Okay. And the Thai response, what are they doing?
Well, they've been shifting forces, trying to control Chongar and Ma, apparently reducing the clash intensity there. They've reported successes, too. Destroying enemy positions on a Hill 350, stopping attacks at Takwai Temple, pushing back forces at Tamiwan Tom Temple with their own artillery.
And there was a specific operation.
Yes, Operation Trat Pukot Peri 1, Trat's elimination of enemies, aimed at pushing back Cambodian forces who'd apparently encroached in Trat province. Naval forces involved, too, pushed them back by early morning, July 26th.
So both sides claiming defensive actions, but accusing the other of aggression.
That's the crux of it. Thailand sent a letter to the UN,
Okay.
asserting Cambodia's aggression. citing specific attacks, like the one on the Tom Tom base in Surin on July 24th that killed 2 Thai soldiers.
Right.
And they mention indiscriminate attacks hitting civilians. Thailand says their response is self-defense, allowed under Article 51 of the UN Charter. Limited, targeted, they say.
And Cambodia's position?
Completely the opposite. They blame Thailand for provocation, say the attacks are an attempt to grab Cambodian land. So you see the difficulty, right? Untangling these narratives.
Absolutely. What about the weapons being used? Anything specific stand out?
Well, Cambodian forces are reportedly using heavy weapons, field artillery, those BM-21 rocket systems we mentioned. Seems like significant firepower.
And Thailand?
Thailand's military mentioned they might consider using cluster munitions against military targets, if needed.
That's controversial.
Very. Especially since Cambodia has already accused them of using banned cluster munitions. And then there's the modern element, drones.
Drones are playing a role.
Becoming common, yeah. The Thai army even released videos from drone operations. One apparently showed a strike on a Cambodian arms depot.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting. We have these conflicting official stories, but then there's the satellite imagery.
Exactly. This analysis by Nathan Ruser, an Australian defense expert, offers a potentially more objective look.
Cutting through the claims.
Potentially. He analyzed imagery from February right through to July, and his findings identified 33 Cambodian actions he deemed escalatory compared to 14 Thai actions.
33 to 14. That's quite a difference. What kind of actions?
Early on, like late February, Cambodian troops clearing and upgrading a frontline road near Chongbuk. Mid-March, building access roads to a strategic hilltop, Phonam Prasiti, and heavily fortifying it.
Fortifying near the border.
And another big outpost appearing at a place called Hill 641, just 300 meters from the borderline, by late March.
So not just small moves, a sustained buildup.
That's what the analysis suggests. After a firefight on May 28th, where a Cambodian soldier died, Ruser's tracking detected massive troop movements.
Oh, massive.
Estimated 800 to 1,000 Cambodian troops deployed within 24 hours, including elite forces, rocket artillery, armored units heading to the border.
Wow, and heavy equipment, too.
Yes. Between May 30 and June 5, about 12 big SH-1 artillery vehicles were deployed. 9 near Tam Wan Tam, 3 near Chongbuk, and around 30 T-55 tanks near Priya Vihir Temple.
Tanks and self-propelled artillery, that's significant.
It is, and the data provides this, visual timeline.
And the landmines, the satellite data picked that up too.
It did. Starting July 1st, imagery showed a Cambodian engineering battalion planting over 120 PMN-2 mines on Hill 570.
PMN-2, those are the anti-personnel mines.
That's right. The number grew to over 300 by July 3rd. Another 100 detected near the Emerald Triangle area by July 10th. These are the mines that later injured those Thai soldiers.
And Thailand says they don't have these mines anymore.
Thailand states they destroyed their stockpiles back in 2003, complying with the Ottawa Convention.
Right.
But Cambodia reportedly still had PMN-2s in late 2024. So Thailand sees this as a clear violation of that treaty.
What else did the satellites show?
Deployment of short-range air defense vehicles to the Chongbuk area in June-July, and positioning long-range artillery that could target the Thai town of Kantharalak.
So putting it all together, Ruser's analysis points towards.
His conclusion, based purely on the satellite evidence trail, suggests Cambodia was the primary escalator in this specific build-up phase leading to the major clashes. It's a powerful counter-narrative using open-source intelligence.
Fascinating. Okay, so with this level of escalation, how is the rest of the world reacting? What's the international response?
There's definitely widespread concern, lots of calls for de-escalation. The U.S., for example, expressed grave concern, alarmed about civilian harm, offered condolences, urged an immediate stop to the attacks, protection for civilians, peaceful settlement. You have to remember, Thailand's a very old U.S. treaty ally.
A major non-NATO ally, right?
Exactly. And China. They're deeply concerned, too.
Given their ties to both countries.
Right. They've urged both sides to negotiate, stressing their neutrality, encouraging dialogue. They call both Thailand and Cambodia friends, important ASEAN members.
Any other major players weighing in?
Japan expressed deep concern, urged restraint, peaceful dialogue, stressed how important a good relationship between them is for the whole region's stability. France also, deep concern, condolences, called for clashes to stop immediately, resolution through international law.
And France advised its citizens to leave the area.
Yeah, advised avoiding or leaving those border areas.
So, with these calls for peace, and Thailand taking its case to the UN, what's happening at that level?
Well, Thailand's letter to the UN is significant. It accuses Cambodia of violating Article 2.4 of the UN Charter.
That's the ban on using force.
The core principle against aggression, yes. And also violations of the Geneva Conventions, Articles 18 and 19, about protecting medical facilities, the wounded, the sick. The UN Security Council was scheduled to meet on this.
And ASEAN,
Yeah.
the regional bloc, are they trying to mediate?
Malaysia, as the current ASEAN chair, did put forward a ceasefire proposal. Cambodia backed it.
And Thailand.
Thailand agreed, sort of, in principle. But they added a condition. It must be based on appropriate on-the-ground conditions. They noted that Cambodian attacks were still happening.
So not a firm yes yet.
Not quite. It really brings back memories of 2011, when Indonesia, as ASEAN chair then, played a very active mediation role. Highlights how crucial independent fact-finding is when you have such different stories from each side.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it feels sudden, but as you mentioned, this isn't really new, is it? What's the history here?
You're right. It's crucial context. This dispute, it's over 100 years old.
100 years? Wow.
Yeah, its roots are in these, frankly, vague colonial-era maps drawn by France back in 1907 to separate Thailand, then Siam, and Cambodia.
And the maps weren't clear.
Led to an 800-kilometer border that's like a riddle in some places, sections with overlapping claims, still unresolved.
And specific flashpoints, like temples.
Absolutely. The big one is the 11th century Preah Vihear Temple. Huge controversy when Cambodia got it listed as a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2008. Thailand protested fiercely.
Right, I remember that.
And there's a 13th century Tamon temple complex, too. Recently, Cambodia claimed Thai troops had put barbed wire around it.
So these aren't isolated incidents. There have been flare-ups before.
Definitely. Periodic disputes. Back in the 1960s, it even went to the International Court of Justice. Then, more recently, 2008, 2011, there were serious clashes then, too.
But this time feels different, more intense.
It's being described as the most violent conflict between two Southeast Asian nations in at least a decade. So yes, it feels like a significant escalation compared to recent history. Shows how deep these issues run.
And layered on top of the history and the maps, there's this personal element, a feud, really.
Ah, yes, this is, well, quite dramatic. It involves two huge figures. Thailand's former leader, Thaksin Shinawatra, and Cambodia's former longtime leader, Hun Sen.
They used to be close, right?
Reportedly very close. A friendship apparently built on unspoken understandings and mutual convenience.
Yeah.
But that seems to have completely shattered.
Over a phone call.
A leaked phone call, yes.
Wow.
Between Thaksin's daughter, Paetongtarn Shinawatra, who was Thai prime minister at the time,
Right.
and Hun Sen. She apparently called him uncle, criticized her own military chief. It was meant to be private.
But Hun Sen leaked it. Why would he do that?
That's the million-dollar question. Speculation is rampant. Maybe he wanted to exploit perceived weakness in the Shinawatra camp, boost his own nationalist image back home. Or maybe it's tied to Cambodia's closer relationship with China now. Hard to say for sure.
But the fallout was huge for Paetongtarn.
Massive. Led to her suspension as PM, a court case to remove her entirely.
And this feud is playing out publicly now.
Oh yeah, very publicly. On social media, Thaksin posted something like he wanted the Thai military to teach Hun Sen a lesson for his cunningness.
Wow.
And Hun Sen fired back, accusing Thaksin of a warlike tone, betrayal, seeking revenge through war. It's incredibly personal.
And this personal fight sits within a larger geopolitical context, doesn't it? China and the U.S.
Exactly. You can't ignore that. This isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a, quote, larger power play.
Between the U.S. and China.
Right. Thailand. Longtime U.S. treaty ally. Major non-NATO ally. U.S. jets, U.S. ships docking there. Cambodia. Increasingly reliant on China. China's upgraded a naval base, building infrastructure, supplying weapons.
So both powers are watching closely.
Very closely. Neither wants a full-blown war, presumably. But their interests are deeply involved. And it puts ASEAN in a tough spot, too. Can it actually bring these two members together? It's a real test for the bloc.
Okay, let's shift back to the immediate situation for people, for you listening. What about safety advice and this information war that seems to be happening online?
Good point. Thailand's Second Army area has put out public safety guidelines, basically urging civilians not to film or share sensitive military info.
Like troop movements.
Exactly. Troop movements, equipment, routes. Sharing that stuff could cause confusion, panic, or worse, help the other side. They're warning strongly about fake news, too.
Verify your sources.
Crucial. Rely on official channels. And physically, the advice is clear. Stay away from those border areas in the affected provinces.
And the online situation, you mentioned an information war.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. Nationalist users on both sides,
Yeah.
just going at each other online. Comment sections have become, well, online war zones.
Arguing about what?
Everything. National pride stuff. Who owns which temple? Whose traditional dances? Whose? Food? Sports? You name it. And fiercely defending their own government's version of events, using hashtags like #Cambodia Open Fire or #Thailand Open Fire.
That sounds toxic.
It is. There are serious concerns about hate-mongering. Journalists' associations even put out a joint statement
Urging caution.
urging people to think before sharing unsourced info, because this online hate can divide people, and it's threatening to spill offline. There was even a viral video of a Thai man hitting a Cambodian worker.
That's terrible. Okay, finally, let's look at the economic side. Both countries rely heavily on tourism. Is this conflict hurting that? Is it safe to travel?
It's a major concern. Both Thailand and Cambodia are huge tourist destinations. For now, globally speaking, it doesn't seem to be having a massive impact. Travel operations are mostly normal.
Because tourists don't usually go right to the border.
Exactly. The fighting is localized in those immediate border zones, places like Bangkok, Phuket, Angkor Wat. They're far away and unaffected. There's a big but. About 30% of Cambodia's tourists are actually Thai nationals.
Ah.
And with the border sealed for almost a month now, that stream of Thai tourists has just dried up. That's an immediate hit for Cambodia.
And the long-term risk.
If this drags on, yes, it could definitely scare off global travelers, hurt both economies badly. They both really depend on those tourism dollars. It could, quote, bleed both economies dry.
So this is much more than just lines on a map.
Absolutely. It's been called a geopolitical flashpoint, not just a border dispute. The hope is that cooler heads, as they say, prevail, prevent it spiraling into Southeast Asia's next crisis.
It really highlights how tangled everything gets, doesn't it? History, personal feuds, big power politics, social media, all feeding into this.
It really does.
Yeah.
And it leaves you with a kind of provocative thought, maybe. In this age of instant information, viral outrage, and these deeply personal political rivalries we see, can traditional diplomacy, can cooler heads actually keep pace? Can they effectively de-escalate things when conflicts can flare up so quickly, fueled by so many different factors? It's a real question for modern conflict.
A very important question. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into what is clearly a complex and fast-moving situation on the Thai-Cambodian border. We really do encourage you, keep seeking out different perspectives, reliable information on these global events.
Absolutely. And just remember, in a world flooded with information, especially around volatile situations like this one, thinking critically, trying to understand the nuances, it's just more crucial than ever.